Hello, everyone, and welcome. As you can see, this jam looks a little bit different already. That's because today is going to be leftover jam. So what we'll be doing is remixing and remaking previous jam worlds. So the goal is just a lot of creator jams are like a sketch. So we build out a world, and sometimes they're more complete or less complete. And so those less complete worlds, we're going to go in and kind of fix up. Oh, he still has his audio on. This is an old world. We're gonna shut up that persnickety. Going to shut that persnickety robot up. Hey, I'm shutting up the robot right now. How's it going, Bean? Whew! Intense but good. There we are. There we are. There we are. Shut him up real quick. Oh, hey, Joey. So, just getting the stream set up. As you can tell, I'm late. There's a lot of leftover jam everywhere. Have to clean it all up, you know. I'm so happy that was. You're welcome. Yeah, we're in fishing jam right now. Let's see. Yeah, now we're gonna have everyone in a radius. Yeah. I knew you'd love that. Yeah, boy. That's probably one of my favorite parts about that jam. um, it it's a collision or a near user collision. Looks like Jolly left. I wonder if the yeah boy was too much for him. Yeah boy. Yeah boy. Thanks Snipper Fox for that. That was wonderful. So this, but we have a bunch of jams to look through and think about. Let me look. Yeah, and as you can see, like the way that the UI is, it's a mess as far as looking at stuff. Okay, there we are. There's a bunch of leftover jams. Whew. There's a couple that overlap, but I'll fix that. Oh no, what have I done? This is gonna be the worst jam ever. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Creator Jam. Are you new to Creator Jam? Oh, well, welcome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh no, let's get away from the yeah boy. Oh my god, I might have to turn that off for a little bit. Oh, oh yeah. Let's let's just put it like right near the door, so as people go near the door, then they can yeah boyed. But otherwise, no. Okay. Yes, also you learn from being the best. Yes. We need to actually make a diploma, like a ridiculous one. That's a good idea. And then, oh, when they hold it, a cap gets on their head and it goes dee 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 dee. Totally, totally. Oh yeah, that's perfect idea. I'll make it if we don't. Yeah. Oh no. But um, so to explain to kind of like, but to kind of explain what a creator jam is, basically we build out a world together, then shared open source style. This one's going to be. I keep saying this about every jam anymore, which is good because trying to make things a little different. But basically, this jam will be a little bit different because we're remaking old jams, so it's leftover jam. Hey, yours, nice to see you. And so we have a bunch of old worlds. Like a lot of times with creator jams, they become something that's like a sketch, or there's stuff that is almost completed that's like 80% there, 90% there, and it's always one of those things where I'm hoping that people will just remix it. But if they don't get around to, we're going to try and make sure to do that this time around. It's kind of an experiment. If it works out well, we might end up making a series of this that we have end up maybe every month, every other month, have like a remix jam. So me too. Especially how satisfying it will be to say, already see like a template there and saying, oh, this part needs cleaning. This part would be better if it was this way. Yeah. Oh, hmm. That's a really good idea. That's I like that. Except I might add on to it that it wouldn't be just those 10 limited to it because there might be one like for instance like the creator gem. But I know what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. It's a thank you, Bean. That's a good one. Yeah, so um that what's so with this jam, um I started off in the fishing world. That's the one that I personally want to do the most. Like, but and also I didn't want to start in an empty one. Um, but basically we needed to have one world to start in. I didn't want to start in template world because why? I have 8 or so of these, and so I figured we might want to explore them first, and also kind of discuss what you might want to see. So at first, but before I do that, I should shameless promotion. Hold on, shameless promotion time. Oh yeah, and someone's shirt came in too. I try. Hmm. Yeah. Well, you choose the layout. Now because I do stuff. I know exactly what part of the layout I didn't like on it, but yeah. So you get to choose your layout and changes, but that's not what I was promoting. But thank you. um, oh, yeah, yeah. Well, if you have good ideas, though, there's lots of people that are very awesome creators in here that are like having a hard time with ideas, or maybe you have other skills that are outside of Neos, like maybe modeling or texture. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. Oh, well, then you might want to. There's a list on a Google Doc that's in the MMC 2020. And for those of you that are wanting to find people to work with, um, you can look on there. It's like a help wanted and a participation list. So people that are going to be participating, you can say, hey, I'm looking for someone to code, or I know these. And like, for instance, there's someone that's really good at video editing, but it's not good at coding inside here. And so there could be all kinds of different stuff. So I would suggest that. It's on the Discord server in the MMC 2020 under the pin stuff. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. A lot of people um, in a contest like this, the last contest, I was pretty much more of a noob. I wasn't like an utter noob, but I was definitely there. and it was really fun. I got to become friends with Leon. Like I wasn't good friends with Leon until after that. He was a noob at coding. I was a noob just at everything, and we really meshed up together because I have skills outside of Neos, and it was cool to like level yourself up. And at the very end of it, you're like, hey, cool! I participated in this really interesting thing, and I have something to show for. So, and Yoris, you might even want to find some people for theater stuff to help like work on some projects. And I need to post on the XR crowd to say like, hey guys, if you have some projects, there's a lot of people here that are like, I don't have any ideas, but I have a lot of skills, and it might be a really nice connection point. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. And so, yeah, that's one of the ones we'll see. Okay, so I guess we have enough people here to kind of start talking about what we'll do. Um, so leftover. So leftover. Oh yes. Oh, I thought you meant with cameras. No, no. Yeah, that's that's a good question. Everyone's welcome to go around, ask questions. Jams are meant to be a very open place where if you have questions while they're working, you can ask. Yeah, no breathing on next. That's looking really good. No, but really, you can. No, but oh no. Um, but yeah, if you do all have questions, this is a welcoming place for learning. So please ask. People are nice here. If they're jerks, I'll be like, "Hey, you, stop being a jerk." But we that. Oh no. And it gets a little weird a lot of times, as you could tell. Okay, okay. Let's get back on track, everybody. Okay. All right. So today, with the leftover jams, we're gonna start off with talking about like, hey, it's nice to see you, good old Nevi, and welcome, little helper. We'll talk more about what we're doing in here. So in oh no, do we have a limited amount of users in here? Oh no, no. Oh poor. Oh, innocent thief's having a hard time getting in here. Let's invite him. See if that works. Weird. Um, yeah. Um, can someone can someone message him and let him know? Okay. So. Okay. Oh, absolutely. Feel free to add a friend. Absolutely here. There. Okay. So everyone in here, most of the parts are complete. So we have a fishing mechanic pretty much 90% done. They are essentially multiple pieces that really just need to be connected together. The randomization of gathering the fish, the collision detection to understand, hey, it should trigger something. The fish pool, yeah, all the technical goodies. So that's here. Mainly, this one needs an environment. The environment's kind of meh, needs a little bit of love. We could eventually have a boat mechanic, and luckily, since then, Quaternius has made a fish pack that has all kinds of goodies, and those that should be in the Creator Gem public under, if I were to guess, 3D models, fishing. Yeah, I did. Yes, good job, past self. Oh, and then we also have a Fruix fish from a previous jam, so we might want to put it in the Fruix fish. So here's what the fish look like. This is the what the fish look like. So they're pretty adorbs in the fishbowl. So this would be pretty fun if we end up using this jam, but don't don't feel wedded to this jam at all because we have plenty of others. Oh man. Good old Nevi. Did you contact Innocent and just let him know that I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll try and fix it? Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is let's talk about some of the other jams, and then we'll kind of come to a consensus. And also, I need to grab one more thing, which will be helpful, which is the document talking about all the possible jams. As you can tell, I'm a little bit more behind. This week's been pretty busy, and I've been trying to catch up. Oh, of course, absolutely. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate. Like, you already have a really strong. Oh, yeah, yeah. You'd be surprised. Some people are like, "Hey, or can I?" Yeah, they spawn out like this giant thing. Yeah, yeah. I've had that happen more than you'd expect. Right? Right? Hey May, how's it going? Well, hope it's better. Boop. We're gonna be Today we're gonna be remixing and remaking jams, and so this one's a fishing world, and we'll be looking and talking about the other worlds, and then everyone will kind of vote on which world they'd like to work with. What's that? The audio on my mic or your audio isn't playing on stream? No. Okay. Of course that. La 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 la. This does happen where the audio messes up, so it looks like it did it again. Let's try and see what we can do. Oh no. Oh, it says it's enabled. Oh wow. Well, okay.
This is a new generation.
How's that?
It's not made for
How's that audio? Is it better now?
It's not on desktop mode.
Is that better?
Yeah. I've made it for a friend.
Can you
Let me know.
You're like
Let me know,
totally
map
for me.
map syrup.
Really?
Oh, now you're the goose again.
There we are.
Ah, there we
Yeah.
go.
I
Okay.
think you were the
Is-
Yeah, it
is
likes to-
download or loading?
OBS likes to reset the audio settings a bunch.
It's like
Okay.
dark,
So
it
let's
doesn't have a head.
figure. Oh my God!
Weird.
Wow, that's
Loading
fantastic.
is a bit,
Wow.
Maybe the textures are.
All right, so let's talk about some of the other jams that we have going, and what we'll do with those possibly. So we have the fishing one map, and then from build battles we had 3 different game modes that turned out pretty cool. Let me look at that.
Yeah.
That one's death run. That one's the fishing. We'll just put that right there.
Death row.
That's
Death.
this is
What?
This
Death run. What?
that one goes away.
All right.
Basically, what we're gonna have to do once we pick is I'll have to go into the headless. Okay, so this is team question marks entry, and so we'll go into that one first. I'll host it.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
Well,
I forgot.
Bean's hosting
I
it.
forgot. I'm hosting. Yo, I'm hosting.
Said yes.
I got slapped.
Oh, I think you forgot to mention
No,
the
it's pretty
competition,
exciting today.
didn't you?
No, I mentioned it.
Join.
fucking
Oh, I
sniped
could
that.
I could join by the
Oh.
bean.
Freaking
Shit.
sniped. Wait.
Yeah.
I didn't host. Like,
Oh, you didn't? Okay, then I was hosting. Here,
I
let me do it.
couldn't-
Oh no, you're gonna be
I couldn't
hosting.
join you.
Oh wait, you're gonna be
It was
hosting.
waiting
Wait,
for
here,
you.
here, I got
more
it.
confusing.
Oh no,
Stop
I got it.
I don't think it actually
Host
does
is
anything when you slap it. You still have
I
to
think
hit.
so.
No, you're that's like joining in.
All right, now
There
you
was
can
no
join.
session open. It was like waiting for me.
Oh,
Oh yes, my default avatar, of course.
oh,
There we go.
Under the here.
Oh.
Oh, it's so bright.
Yay.
Yes, dramatic lighting.
Yeah. Welcome, Maple Syrup. Okay, cool. So, what's the name of that game mode? Is it Cleef? Is that what it's called?
Fog.
I think it was Spleef, yeah.
Spleef, that's it. So,
Why did
good old Nervy, did you end up talking to Innocent Thief to let him know that I don't know what's going on at the moment?
I'll be back.
Okay. So, if you look inside here, the main thing that we probably want to replicate is the look of the world. And
Oh, shit.
in this game mode, we could turn into an entire like game where people go into. Oh no. And so we have a couple different weirdness, like
Boing. Boing.
Oh, it's a shop.
Boing, boing. Boing.
Boing.
Boing.
I do not regret making that.
that's pretty wonderful.
Were there ever even regrets to be had?
Boing.
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 This bathroom is a mood.
Boing.
I kind of want this.
Yeah.
Let's get some group mode going on this.
I saved it when the bra
I
was
like your
running out of it.
attitude.
Oh god.
Okay, so let's go over to Spleef.
We got too distracted.
I know this is gonna be bad news. Like, this is a very distractor
All of
jam.
us have like mild amounts of ADD.
Maybe it must be because like we're going. This kind of maybe it's part of it's going into a jam that already has lots of like stimuli. Like, oh god, woo!
Oh yeah.
So this is Spleef. Pretty cool little game mode. And so what you do is you jump on here, and you try and shoot the floor out from people.
Yeah.
And we could make it
Essentially,
into
you
like a
have to
cool
be
game
a
mode.
certain distance from
How do you do
a
this?
block, but when you click it, oh
Bye.
yes, you die. Maybe I should just set this as my default avatar because
Yeah.
I'm going to be dying a lot today.
Yeah. So
There we go.
yeah, yours. This was part of a builder battle where we did quick iterations of building based on a limited amount of options, and so they had a prepackaged set of assets, and then they could add from that anything that's copyright free. And so we have a game mode here. There's a game mode here that would be nice to recreate if we want to, or remix if we want to build upon this. So
Or is it show and tell?
So-
We're just
no,
looking
it's-
around, like,
no.
Clapped himself.
figuring out which ones we should modify.
Yep, this is a way for people to kind of go through any of the game modes or any of the different leftover jam to see if there's any
Long live
that
the
we should.
king.
Oh, I'm dead. So this is kind of to see which ones you would want to remix or not. So I think everyone's got an idea what this is. We'll probably jump to another world. Oh no,
You shall not pass.
oh, I'm dead.
Killing the
Aw.
I'm gonna stay out of that.
Oh, wait, I'm on desktop.
But yeah,
I think on desktop it's working.
Boing.
Yeah,
I'm
we didn't put that in. We didn't even think about it until then. Bye. Wait, what happened to the lava?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's very weird that it just disappeared. It was there a minute ago.
Oh.
So once,
I mean, just use your imagination.
Oh.
well, we can fix
I
it.
just need to
That's real
break
weird.
out my face.
That's okay. That's part of the leftover jam. Is if we end up remixing it, we'll figure out what's going on right now. I think it's just some glitch. But let's open up another world and we'll talk about. So we're gonna go to yeah, sure. So does everyone feel like they've got a good idea of this? Hey, Gina.
Can you click that?
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
Turn red.
Nice to see you.
Is the audio glitching out only from you right now?
Okay, I'm going to close this one down.
To work.
Oh,
So
cool.
only I can turn it on and off, but you can still see the visual, right?
The audio is
No.
actually from you
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Oh, poof.
here.
Instantaneous.
It's honestly amazing to see a Spartan running around just dabbing constantly.
And so there's this one. And we want to go to food.
Damn it, I need a feed tracker.
I need to restart Neos because it's kind of glitching out for me right now.
Oh yeah, I'm
The
getting a little bit of
audio's glitching
audio
out.
glitch too.
Oh, audio, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone having that?
Restarting.
Are we all getting it?
Who hasn't?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I'm not. I'm not.
Oh,
Huh.
no good.
oh, I'm so blue.
Well,
I'm
guess.
blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da,
uh,
da-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
God damn it.
I can't really do that right now. My tracker's.
Sorry for the audio chat.
that's okay. Oh.
It's okay.
No.
I mean, technically, the Metro is from Twitch as well, so.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Over there.
Oh, and one of my hands just died. I have to change my
Okay.
batteries.
So, ooh man,
You
we're
have to
getting,
restart.
we're getting a lot more
I'll be right back.
lagginess with audio. Yeah, we might have
You got it
to.
working?
I might have to restart in a minute too.
Awesome.
Just need to import now.
So,
Technically. Hey.
if you all would,
I just need to
Someone-
be able to like.
host.
Yeah, that's the last. That's that element.
Oh,
Technically.
yeah, this was a mistake as far as
Oh, hey there.
What is it?
that's.
How's it going?
I should have organized these differently.
Oh, is this
I
a
thought I
big
did
round or
it
something?
a way that was smart, but it was not
This is a
the case.
Why is there multiple orbs for the leftover
We're
jam?
just exploring.
There we are.
The whole thing.
This one.
No,
So we're gonna go to the
I get it.
pizzeria.
going through and like seeing.
Why are they all named leftover
So
jam?
I'm going into. Yeah, I know. I
to add upon in a previous one.
so I'm going into the pizzeria. Everyone.
What's the chief?
All right. Wow, that's a lot of spawning. So yeah,
Yes.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Before I got to this one.
Team Pizzeria, exactly.
and this one was another builder battle that utilized the. Oh, I'll wait for Gory.
Most of the images I'm in, I'm always doing a dab or something. It's stupid.
You need to do some self-reflection there.
This one would be another world that would
Cringe.
benefit from having a little bit more polish, especially for a lot of the creator jams. We might have the mechanics really strongly built, but it would need like a really nice like music added to it, sound effects, kind of have a more unified art style. So this, I think, is going to be part of that kind of aspect
Is
because
that the chair?
yep.
Yes, it is.
So
It
yep.
is.
If you want to check out what this is about,
Oh god, what the fuck?
someone already moved that.
Some music. Where's the pizza music that I really
Holy shit.
Oh no! Stop! Our audio.
It was
Oh, no.
so wrong.
I know. What?
Oh,
What?
Is everyone else getting pretty nasty audio? So if you come into here,
Okay, I need to restart my game.
we're gonna start the game, and I'll show you kind of how it works and what we should probably improve.
Door. Cool.
All right,
Hey,
so
don't touch my cor-
it looks like in here, because we used originally the Kenny assets and really had to modify, we probably could still use the original low poly assets. Oh, I need to fill up this up. And mainly the things that would probably need to be done with this is adding like music, sound effects, changing around
Oh.
the assets to make them look pretty nice.
We should have grumble effects when they get angry.
Oh, totally. Like, and basically, yeah. And maybe even want to make it to where we could have like different little special effects. Wait. And so I think this one's such a great, like, fun little playful game mode that this could be really, really nice just to polish it up.
We should have, like, when you give them the order they want, they go, about fucking time.
Gotta keep
About
it
damn time.
Appreciate now, though, and not really like
It's more realistic if we do like that.
It's more realistic. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice glasses.
But I do have some stuff that's like Italian, like traditional Italian music we could play. Ideally, it would be nice to have something that picks up the pace as, you know, you get closer and closer to losing the customers, that it gives you that kind of tense feeling.
Does this just go on for eternity? Or like...
Yeah, and so we probably want to work on some of like the scoring system, or until you.
Actually, no. If you lose 30 customers, then the game's over.
And so
The basic is you're trying to get as many customers served as possible before you lose all 30.
Yep.
Before you lose your mind.
And so it's kind of like an overcooked clone in some ways.
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Shoot, baby.
So, any questions or thoughts before we jump into some others?
Like how the customers are made of like.
What's that mean?
Oh no,
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
That I can think of.
Let's bounce out of this one.
Cool.
I can't reach my sandwich.
God damn it.
Pizza.
Ah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, boy for everybody.
I just went ones into it.
So we just went through some of the build battles. The Food Ninja I don't have for some reason in the orbs, even though I did grab that. So let's go to the Floating Islands was one of my personal favorites. And it's already pretty completed, but it's one of those that you could just keep building upon, and it would need like a world cleanup and some stuff like that. So we'll go to that, and it is.
Yeah, so like you could make a point cloud out of that or something like that.
Yeah. Or do physics.
Can too.
Oops, it's this one. So this might take a minute to load in. And this is also an older jam. It's from Creator Jam 14, so there's a lot of new things that have happened since then.
Okay.
Ancient.
Yeah, ancient jams. And so you'll see
The
that
computer's been doing so much better loading assets lately. I don't know what's up.
it's from that test. It was like,
Yeah, that's right.
which recently I ran some tests to see what Neo's performance limits would be, and found some interesting results. The poly count is not always what will drag you down.
Oh, okay.
So I brought in about 4 million to 10 million polygons worth of assets,
Oh, it's that one.
and the bottlenecks once you get to about 4 million, and it really is whatever's inside your field of view. So if you move your field of view away from that, like high poly asset, it will actually reduce your or recover your FPS. And Monsoon, I have some test worlds. I'll probably publish some of the test worlds to show, but so it means that you can put in, not that I say you should do this, but you can put in high poly assets in here without repercussions. Hello, welcome back.
If it's not a skin mesh render though.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, yeah, nothing that's IK based. Yes, and animations. So within reason, it's not something I would recommend, but it means that it has less repercussions than one would think.
Thank you so much for the sub.
Yeah, it's complicated because if there's a shader that like needs like that does something with a high quality count, then that already adds more.
Okay, so this was what was special about this world was we were trying to make it. Well, apparently we were trying to make a world where people could build out their own sections, which would be islands, and then you would fly to those islands. And so part of the enjoyment would be not only arriving at the island or hanging out there, but just kind of the journey. So maybe you're playing a board game or just hanging out, chatting while you're flying. So this should work. I haven't used this in a long time, so this might be some part to be fixed. So you need to be in walk mode here. Oh, crap.
Oh, shit.
And then you have to be in walk mode in here. You can't be in fly mode. And we'll fly on it just for a second, and then we'll go to Turtle Island. I'll just jump off and fly to Turtle Island. So Anomalous made this, and this is completely from scratch inside Neos. Oh crap, Yoris, I'll get you. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay,
Oh no. Fly onto it and then get into locomotion mode. Yours. Sorry. No, you can. It's up to you. Like you can fly and then just jump onto it. It's okay. Like fly up here if you like. You have to be in walk mode now. So.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
All right. And so we won't do this for too long. But I just wanted to show it's very slow steamship on purpose. It takes about 2 to 5 minutes to get to Turtle Island. I'm only going to show that, oh look, you can move down and up. And you all get the idea. So there's another steamship. So now I would suggest that you jump off this in walk mode, but then you change into a different locomotion mode, because then you won't be parented to the ship. Because right now it's parenting you to the ship. So run off, then get into get into fly mode. There we are. All right. I'm going to get into broadcast mode to kind of just talk about this island. Could use some remixing. It's quite developed. There's, I think, four or five people working on it total. And
This island honestly looks really good.
yeah, they changed some textures in it, and so there'd be some things to clean up. Like a lot of these jams will require cleanup as well, not just adding things to them. And so it'll require some cleanup, but just this island alone could be added to and made into a really fun social world. I'd probably remove some of the islands if we were working here, because some of the islands don't have very much utility other than decoration and kind of draw onto the assets, like being pulled in and loaded up. While they look cool, I think in a remix we should think about like what are the best aspects, and then just clean out anything else that aren't the best aspects, and people can end up exploring those otherwise in the previous jam, in the original jam. And then people, if they wanted to make like their own ships or other islands, they could do so. Woo! So does anyone have any thoughts? You might want to get into broadcast mode since everyone's all around. If you have any thoughts about this one before we move on.
I kind of feel like this one's pretty finished already, but like I don't know.
It is.
So it's more like it's a finished setting, but
Think about your one ship ever get fixed.
by doing like a scavenger hunt, or like having some sort of event, or like
Mm-hmm.
the game be settled on like 1 or 2 different islands, something like that.
True. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could add to something that already has a template this strong. You're right that it is pretty completed, but this is one that I would consider like in the category of, yeah, it's complete, but you can add more to, if you wish. Like, I mean, what if there was another thing that was just as developed as Turtle Island, another one like that everyone had their own like versions of areas? That would be pretty interesting to be able to have destinations to fly to for different reasons, that like each person has their own flavor of an island that's something special that you come to, and maybe there's some kind of story behind each place. Maybe there's some kind of underlying things that need to be discovered or learned or understood about the mechanics of how that world works. Or that island.
This world would be pretty good for a collectathon, though, where they have to like find secret, like little hidey holes, find items. That would be neat.
True. So, any other thoughts before we jump in? I know there's a lot of stuff. I just don't want us to spend too much time like in one world, other than just to kind of get a good feel for it, kind of get a taste of what you would like. Because I know there's a lot of options, and by the time we get to deciding, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, there's so much." But I think we'll come to a consensus of like these 3 are the ones we'd really like to mess with. Yes, little helper.
Yeah, this is
Oh, that's just like a
He's just written.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm jumping out of this.
Yep. Oh, hey, Gerbottle.
Hey, Gerbo. Welcome. We're going back to the home world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sometimes they take the jump phrases.
There we are. Okay. Oh, this one. So we have 3 more to go. We're gonna go
Cool.
to the dungeon crawler, and let me know if you all get fatigued. You're like, man, I think I'm explored out, and that's okay. So the dungeon crawler should be.
We talking the game is here.
Fair enough. There we are.
All of our stamina is put into doing menial tasks.
Okay, so this is the dungeon crawler, and
wrong.
unfortunately, it didn't get to become a dungeon crawler. It just had pieces that were really ready to start building onto that. So I would love to see this turn into like an actual crawler. So let's jump into that. Yeah,
I didn't know the door was actually like
It's a portal. Sorry, people on Jam, that the audio is bad. I don't want to reset yet until we go through exploring everything.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember this. Okay. This water texture. Oh,
It's water here? Okay.
we don't know what else.
so I'll wait for a few more to come in.
Wait.
Accelerated. I use his hand.
I'm just kidding.
I'll probably be in broadcast just so if people are at distance we can talk about this. These were using Quaternius assets that were based on a dungeon crawler, so you could basically modularly put these different components together to build a custom crawler. And so we have different crawler sections, but nothing really cohesively put together and stylistically different, which is totally fine. But it might be good to use these different styles as a different.
Wait, somebody give me a knife.
Every time there's always a sacrifice. Always a sacrifice.
Where is the like?
Well, yes. I'll always get getting sacrificed.
Seeded beans. We need to spider beans all over the
So was this all made in Blender or also from scratch inside Neo?
This was
assets.
these were assets brought in from Quaternius that are public domain assets, and then they were modified inside Neos. So the scale was modified, texture, lighting, music was added. You can't. There's not many mesh editing possibilities in Neos currently. It's mainly being able to mess with primitives. There's a few other things that people built, but really, all in all, it's mainly primitive modeling and importing of assets and stuff like that. And using like brush tools like ZBrush, or not ZBrush style, but Tilt Brush style. So if you all would follow me outside, we'll go to over here where there's some other stuff.
Oh yeah, the candles.
And so we have the candles. They can be put out and relit, so we could probably use this for some different types of possibilities within the crawler itself. Like there's already some components that have been built. There's a refreshing coin, a spellbook. Needs. And some different weapons. Other than that, we have a couple other areas. One is the area that Cal and Zane built out,
Oh.
and that's over here. So this would be kind of like a more of a future dungeon, neon dungeon area.
Alien dungeon.
And I think that we could just use these assets to build off of this to keep making more, or build on other stuff. Yeah, it's really,
This is bright.
yeah, warning, it is bright. Thanks. And then over in the section over here is where good old Nervy and Innocent Thief built out a little piece. And I think we could use this area to like make our, and Probable Prime also made some things, but it might be more specific. And so this could respawn people, damage people based on a mechanic. Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool, little helper. Yeah.
I've already just like this is really.
But since a lot of these jams, we've had more people that have modeling skills coming in, and just a bunch more interests in different ways. Like there's new people that haven't maybe played around with different worlds, so that's another thing to factor in, like saying, hey, ooh, I've never got to play around on this jam, or I've always wanted to do this other thing with it. So yeah, any thoughts on this world? Any
I really like it. There's a lot of potential, and so far it feels like you could do a lot with this.
This is feeding them really well. It's really cohesive, especially with the little tune going in the background.
Yeah.
And we have more music if this would end up. And I mean, a lot of the worlds that need improvement really have no sound. There's no sound element, which is such a powerful element in world building altogether. And so just adding like sound effects and music would just really bump up the whole like feel of the environment altogether.
Unfortunately, that's one of the harder parts in the music, at least, because we don't have anything native in that regard.
True.
Aside from assignment waves.
Well, I'm trying to get in more assets. I found a bunch of different public domain music sites, so we'll be able to use that as well. I've been searching this out for the competition and just in general to have like a lot of nice resources for people to utilize.
Nice.
And to kind of help promote that open source idea.
I could actually help with that. A lot of music assets purchased for use because I have DM'd a lot for DD and stuff, so I have a lot of music that I can use freely.
Oh, well, it depends on, does the purchase license has to have an open redistribution allowance, because that's one of the caveats is in here in Creator Jams they're meant to be open source with buy licensing or public domain ideally, and if there's paid assets, a lot of times they don't have a redistribution allowance, and so but
I can ask the person because they actually uploaded a lot of stuff on YouTube as well.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. It should be public, like if they already uploaded it to public, but I'll talk to them. I just wanted to offer it because I actually have a lot of sound assets.
That's awesome. I hope so. Yeah. Okay, let's pop out of this one. Thank you, though. That sounds good. Like, hopefully. Oh, wow. That's a difference.
Good idea.
Enjoy your photo.
Yeah, enjoy.
All right. Let's see. We have a death run to go through, Wild West, and a group sandbox. How are you all feeling? How's your stamina right now? How's your stamina? Are you guys feeling good to still look through some more to see if you want to remake them, or how's everyone feeling?
I'm doing good, and I think I just need to refresh my news because I'm getting audio.
Is everyone else getting some audio stuff too?
Yeah.
No,
Let's do
it for me when I refresh my news.
Okay, I'm gonna restart Neos, and yeah, let's do an audio restart. I'm gonna do the same. And so I'll see you all in a minute. People on stream. The stream will be going down temporarily because when I reset Neos and the stream's there. So if anyone doesn't have the audio bug, feel free to stay around and let anyone new that comes in know that we'll be back in just a minute.
Because this is everyone online.
Okay.
So everyone on stream, be back in just a minute. I'm gonna have to shut down the stream temporarily, and then we'll be back. Be right back.